Today the auction ends on the Ferrari Challenge GT3 race car, and I'm excited to see where it ends up. Whoever gets this car, I think, is going to have a blast. You might ask yourself why I didn't put this car up on the lift and show you the underside of the car. Well, the answer is I didn't have ramps that are tall enough to keep lifting the car up so that I could get my arms for my lift underneath the car. So I wish I would have been able to do that, but I tried my hardest, and this car is just so low to the ground, I couldn't get it high up enough to be able to get my lift under it. Now, if I would have had the air lance and all the air stuff for the supply to this car to be able to lift it off the ground, then I would have been able to get it high enough to be able to get my lift underneath it, but I just wasn't able to. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back the car out, I'm going to put it on the scales, and we're going to scale the car and see how light this thing is. All right, so the startup sequence in this car is pretty cool. I mean, we've got the battery on-off switch right here. We've got an ignition switch right here. We have this digital display on the dash. Now, this car allows you to scroll through a couple of different screen modes. You've got practice, warm-up, and race. And then also, if you hold this scroll down button down for about 5 seconds, it clicks over to some diagnostic screens. And it shows you a whole lot of information. Now we can just start the car by pushing the brake in, pushing the start button. Now it's too loud for me to talk, so I figured I'd turn the car back off, but this car does have additional radiator fans up in the front because it's got that aerodynamic scoop up front, and so if you kick this radiator fan button on with the ignition on, those extra radiators kick on, which is really nice to have. Let's see what we can do about getting the car up onto the ramps. I've got a little scale system. I'll be able to drive it up onto the scales. We'll see what this bad boy weighs. All right, guys, this is pretty awesome because this car only weighs 2,966 pounds with me in it. So when I had my Challenge 458 Evo car, that car weighed 3,200 pounds with me in it. So to give you an idea, I weigh 186 pounds. We do the math. This car is pretty damn light. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the auction, and I hope the next owner really enjoys this car.